Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's November 16th, 2022. It's dark, it's overcast here in central New York. We got a couple inches of snow last night and it's melting now. But the winds have calmed down, so I thought what I'd do is get out a mini chainsaw that was sent to me by the manufacturer. And the name of the chainsaw, it's a mini chainsaw, it's NaTiddy or NaTiddy. N-A-T-I-D-D-Y. And so I got this a few days ago. The weather's been really terrible and I've been real busy, and I did charge up the batteries, and I thought I'd give you my initial impressions. I haven't cut with it. I'll cut with it in a couple of minutes. And so let's open up the case. The first thing that I will say about the case is I like the size. It's very compact. It has a very brief instruction manual in it. It comes with a pair of safety glasses. It comes up with a pair of thin gloves. Not, you know, I really haven't tried them on or anything, so I don't know. It comes with a small oiler, and these mini chainsaws typically don't come with a bar and chain oil reservoir, and I kind of like that. I think that's actually pretty good, so I'll just use some WD-40 or 3-in-1 oil to lubricate the chain itself. It comes with the chainsaw itself. We'll look at that in just a moment. It comes with an extra chain, which is awesome. It has on the handle, it has a small Allen wrench on the side of it as well. It comes with a screwdriver, and the screwdriver, like the portable ones or multi-function ones, comes with a flat head and a Phillips head screwdriver on it. These are not really well made tools. The charger for it is similar to other mini chainsaws. This one only charges one battery at a time. It has 21 volt 2 amp hour batteries. On this one, there's no indicator lights to say what the state of the charge is, but they do charge up pretty well. One of the things I'll say about the case, not all cases are really designed that well, but everything fits in here very well. Things aren't going to slide around like in other chainsaws and all, or other tools that I reviewed. So the batteries fit into their places, the chainsaw fits into its location, and the charger and the extra components fit in there well. So the bar, this is advertised as a 6-inch mini chainsaw, and it probably can cut with a single pass through 5.5 inches based on the length of the bar, the length of the chain that will cut through something. Again, I haven't used it yet. This is the of the locking screw to lock the bar down in place. The screwdriver reaches around on this side to go ahead and adjust the chain tension. And the chain tension, I could see about 3 tops of the bar when I look at it, so it's come already with appropriate chain tension. This safety top here to try and potentially deflect some of the chips that fly out from this, but it's also going to protect you if it were to kick back some. It won't completely protect you. But this being a single-handed one, I don't anticipate there being any major issues with it. The batteries fit in the base, fit in like this. There is a lock, you can't compress or start the chain without releasing the lock, the safety lock on it. And it starts up well. We'll see how well it actually works. So I'll take the battery out for a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to one of the trees over here that needs some pruning desperately, and I'm going to grab my WD-40 oil to give this a shot as well, just to keep it well lubricated. Then we'll head down and back to a couple of trees down and back that we can test this out on as well. So here we go. this is a basswood tree. They send up suckers left and right, and it's a real hassle if you don't stay on top of pruning these. Well, that cut beautifully. Be real careful not to cut into the collar so that these limb wounds can heal nicely. So I had pruned off a large limb here previously, but we'll... Now so far this thing cuts like butter. No signs of tear out with this at all. That's nice. No, I did cut a little bit low there. So since this is I think predominantly designed for someone who's right-handed, the motor is on the right-hand side of it, the safety switch is on the left-hand side, and which makes it real easy to operate. So it makes it easier if I want to get real close to the tree to go around it counterclockwise. So these are right down at the dirt level, shooting up from the root, so I'm going to go just above it. I'm use it left-handed right here now. I'm right close to the dirt, so I want to be very careful not to hit any rocks, dull this chain. And these are all bunched together, so all of these are really bunched tightly together, shooting out from a root. That cut through fort once, which could easily bind the chain of a chainsaw, pinch it in between those ones. So the tension is great on it right now. Again, cutting multiple ones, it's not bad at all. Boy, this is, well, it's actually quite good. Again, I'm working my way around the tree counterclockwise just to take advantage of being able to get this chain right up against the growth ring. And again, I've let this go far too long. So I got a couple branches in here that want to twist. So with these coming out in all different directions, I want to get the ones that will allow me to get the best angle to cut. So get rid of these little pieces here that are sticking out. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Again, these are all intertwined with each other. Interconnected. All right, so we got well, that's good for this tree, this basswood, with all that extra growth coming out of it. And grab the camera here. And you could see how everything looks down here. And this is where all the cluster of shoots are coming up. And basswoods are known for that. So we'll head down and back. It's probably too close. We'll head down and back and cut a couple of maples and all. Okay, got a couple of shoots coming up from the root crown here. And typically some of these things I just use my pruner on. So let's work our way around here and see what we got. Thing, the guard's getting caught in there a little bit. Move that back. Getting right in the water down there. So that's battery is starting to get pretty darn low on this one. We're going to push it a little bit more and see what we get. Right between those two cameras. Alright. This battery, I'm going to get a shot of oil and make sure that it is the battery that's still with the original battery. Chain is starting to get a little bit loose, so I'm going to tension that up real quick. I'm just removing some of the little sawdust and chips that are in here a little bit. Okay, I'm going to loosen up the lockdown on this. Use the Phillips screwdriver. Tension looks good now. Lock this down. Okay, give it another shot of oil. So we're pushing this battery here quite a ways. Let's see. See if we can take this from here down. Like butter. I mean, still cuts beautifully. The battery is low on this. But actually a pretty good size. About as much as I would hope to get. And if I go across both of these, it's well over 6 inches. It's about 8 inches. And the truth is, this is one that I should use the, you know, a larger chainsaw, a two-handed chainsaw on. Let's see what we can do. Nice. That's pretty darn good. A good 4.5, maybe 4 3/4 inches long axis there. Okay, so you just saw some of the cutting I was able to do with this. What I'd say is a very nice little, you know, about a 6-inch chainsaw, mini chainsaw. I used one battery. I didn't completely discharge it, but you could see it started getting bogged down a couple of times as I was getting into the beefier ones. And it is real tough on these chainsaws when you're taking down 2 or 3 suckers that are inch and a half, and all at one time, because they tend to pinch together and all, which can do some wear on the chain and require more oiling as well. I don't know what the state of the charge is on the battery that I used. It would be real nice if this had a little LED indicator to say what the state of the charge is. It took about 2.5 hours to charge each one of these batteries, but I'm pretty happy with the performance given the stuff that I cut through today. Because I have, when we get to larger pieces, like some of those pieces I was cutting the last couple there, you know, I'd use my larger chainsaw potentially on it. I just wanted to push this to see how well it did do. I'll talk about the chainsaw last. The screwdriver, it's a chintzy screwdriver. This could be much better, but they're giving it to you in the unit. The case for one of these small chainsaws I think is absolutely awesome. The idea that it comes with 2 batteries. The oiler, I think that's okay for people to have. A small little can of oil would work just great. The idea that they send you an extra chain, I think is absolutely fantastic. So this case is awesome. The batteries aren't going to move around. The tool fits in here nicely. The latches are better quality latches in some cases, and it's compact and all. And so I think that's real good. The chainsaw itself, I think this guard is a little flimsy, but I think the motor, the torque on this chainsaw, the maneuverability on it. So right now, if you were to evaluate it, it's front end heavy, but when you put a battery on it and you put your finger where the trigger is, you can see it's a little bit weighted back towards the back. And I think that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly balanced to accomplish what we're doing, because I'm going to be putting a moderate amount of pressure down. Not too much pressure. You could see when I put too much pressure on it, or I didn't hold it parallel with the cut that I started with. If I started to twist because I was trying to balance myself, well, then it would put more resistance on the action of the chain, and therefore you saw that it would lock up a little bit. So I don't know what chemistry is in this battery. You know, there are really high quality batteries. I suspect that this is a cheaper battery based on its performance and all, but the chainsaw is very good, except for this small sort of like chintzy bar. I think the chain tensioning system is good. So all in all, would I say this is is worthwhile investing in if you wanted a mini chainsaw that you can use with one hand and do pruning like you saw with me using the basswood tree and all. I think that this is an excellent tool. And I really like the case that it comes in. Again, I really wish that the batteries had LED indicators on them. I like this is small, compact, and easy to put in any one of the vehicles that I'm using to go off into the woods to work in. So I'd give this, you know, like a good solid 4 out of 5 stars, or maybe 4.5 stars. Probably 4.5 stars because of the case. You know, it's close to a 5-star because the thing that I don't care about it is potentially the battery, how long they will last and all. The chainsaw is really, really good. They can always come up with new batteries for this system. So when they did reach out to me, they did say that that there would be a discount available. So I'll put a link in the description below for anybody who's interested in purchasing this chainsaw. I think it's really good. As my initial impression, I'm going to be using this over the next year, and I'll come back and make sure that I give you a full review of how well I think it holds up. Right now it's just crunch time getting ready for winter here, and so I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of cutting with it. But all in all, so far I think this is real good. There'll be a link in the description. You'll get a discount, I guess using my name or something. We'll see how that actually works out. So if you're in the market for one, I think this is good. It'll be a full year before I do a complete review of all these small hand tools, small power tools rather, that I'm using. Many of the tools you see me talk about before with the BCS tractor, the Ego, you know, even with my Kubota tractors and all, I want to have them in hand for a year and put them through the real works. This is my initial impression. I give it, you know, 2 thumbs up. Now we got to see how well this holds up. And the 2 things, that little guard, that doesn't bother me too much. Battery duration and all is a significant influence on my decision-making process. So we'll see how much more battery this battery has in it when I get a chance. I won't recharge it. We'll see if we can run this one right down and see how well it goes. So I hope this video was of value. Again, it's NaTiddy, N-A-T-I-D-D-Y, or NaTiddy. I'm not sure which way it is. So anyways, folks, take good care of yourselves. Go on out in better conditions out in the forest to work. Clear the brush around the areas where you're going. Plan your approach, and then go about it systematically so you don't get yourself injured in any way. Thanks so much for watching, and have a safe day.